back in the dank basement wearing a green shirt, green with envy. I'm a little basement dwelling. Somebody called me a gremlin. That's a pretty accurate name for me. I got a lot of flack for my previous video calling out unhelpful and rude gatekeeping Disney vloggers. So I just want to say at the top of this video, I will not apologize for any of those statements because a lot of that criticism was earned. Anyway, there are a lot of people out there that enjoy going to the Orlando parks to make content, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those are great places to use as a backdrop for your creativity and expression. Filming at Disney and Universal parks are an excellent way to bring in new eyes to your videos. Then you can hopefully hook that audience with your own unique style and personality. This Florida heat is gonna do me in. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's my favorite part so far. However, we all know this. There are a couple people that abuse the system and they simply just film at the parks just because it's a popular trendy thing and they know by putting it on the internet they'll get views and therefore they'll get money from it. And that's kind of disingenuous to me. Because they're not doing it for the love of the game, they're just doing it for the love of the clicks and the views. Which, you know, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But that just seems a little disrespectful to me because there are creators out there that really genuinely like these theme parks. And they like going there, making stuff about them, and sharing them with people. Now, I'm not saying that like, oh, because you're passionate about something, you should be a starving artist. No, I think you can be both things. You can be an artist and you can be profitable at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with turning a hobby into profit. Just don't be like this next example, which I'm about to spend a majority of the video talking about. So let's talk about, Disney foodies. The people that only go to the Orlando theme parks, especially Disney parks, just to eat and review the latest food trends. I have no clue why there are so many channels that do this. Well, actually I do. That brings me to my anonymous YouTube friend, who I sort of mentioned in the last video. I'm just gonna call him Baxter. Here's the thing, I don't want people going to like his channel and like harassing him and like being weird to him. Honestly, I don't think he'd even really care because he doesn't read the comments on his videos. In fact, it might not even be a he, okay? I'm just throwing up all kinds of smoke screens, right? You have no clue who this is. Regardless, a lot of what I'm going to say about Baxter can sort of be applied to some foodie creators out there, not all of them, because again, there could be some out there that legitimately like Disney food and they like talking about food. They like sharing things about food, tips about food. That's really cool. Finding something you're passionate about and being able to make videos, be creative, and make a little bit of money off of it. I think that's admirable. But Baxter does not care about Disney food. In fact, I don't even think he really likes Disney World or just theme parks in general. He's just in Orlando and he's like, well, I see a bunch of people go to the parks and they make money off of it. Why can't I do that? And like looking at his old videos on his channel, which he still has up for some reason, it's just like a bipolar explosion of ideas, right? One minute, he's covering like celebrity hot gossip, like TMZ type of thing. The next, he's like opening Pokemon cards. Like, what is this? What are we doing? And I asked him one time, I'm like, what's the end goal here? Like, what are you doing? I kind of said it like jokingly, but like honestly, like I wanted to know, like, what are you doing? And he said that he just really enjoys getting clicks and he really wants his videos to get views. He doesn't care what the content is. He'll do whatever is popular and easy at the time. And again, he lives in Orlando, a lot of theme parks there. I kind of always got the feeling that maybe he's like a little jealous or envious of other creators, of me even maybe. He's like, well, all these other guys can make money off of YouTube, why can't I? And you see, he works a full-time job and then he makes these videos on the side. And his whole goal is, I guess, maybe one day to quit the full-time job and just make YouTube his full-time gig. And at this point in the video, you might be asking yourself, well, Kenny, aren't you a little bit worried that this anonymous Baxter character is gonna watch your video and just be like, oh, I know he's talking about me, and then get real mad at you for saying these things? First off, I don't think he cares. He likes the attention. Second off, he doesn't actually watch any of my videos. Now, I have sent him my stuff before. I'm like, hey, check this out. What do you think about that? Never watches them. Not a single one. Because I've even brought him up in previous videos, and he has never said anything to me about it. So either he doesn't watch them or he just doesn't care. He's honestly in like his own little bubble. I don't think he watches other Disney related content. I think he just scrolls through YouTube, sees a thumbnail and be like, I'm just gonna do that. I don't think he clicks on the actual thing. He just looks at it and be like, I'll just copy that. And my God, when he learns how to use like AI generated imagery, he's gonna be insufferable. He already uses that to make his stupid thumbnails at times. I'm like, God, you son of a. But yeah, doesn't like Disney, doesn't really care about the Disney food or snacks. He has the most boring plain palate ever. I'm like, no joke, when he used to live up here and we worked together, he would eat the same Subway sandwich every single day. It was just a turkey sandwich with like lettuce, and he would put his own mustard on it. Every single day. On white bread too. Subway white bread tastes like cardboard. I know what cardboard tastes like. That is a story for another day. Anyway, Jared, now, wait a second. A little bit of a slip there. Can't say that name, and this video will be demonetized. Anyway, Baxter, right? Baxter had the amazing idea to make a video about the best burgers at Disney World. Now, there are, I don't know, 5,000 of those type of videos on YouTube. Not the most original idea, but sure, why not? That's his first dip into the Disney foodie world. Burgers. You know, he could have just done like snacks and like Dole Whips and like, I don't know, you know what? I'm not gonna give him tips. In general, I feel like most of, probably 90% of the burgers at Disney World are just frozen patties reheated. It's mostly glorified fast food burgers or something you would find at like a random hospital cafeteria. It's an easy option for Disney park kitchens because they get like hundreds of thousands of guests a day. Pick any quick service restaurant in a park and you're bound to find some kind of burger on the menu. I mean, there's a plethora of options and toppings across, I want to say 100 plus quick service restaurants on Disney property. I couldn't actually find a legit number. I don't even think they know how many quick service restaurants they have. There's burgers with cheese, bacon, onions, grilled onions, jam, mushrooms, grilled onions, and a hot dog, pineapple, more frickin' bacon, fried green tomatoes, a frickin' pizza burger, and I swear to God, at one point there was a donut burger. A burger that had a donut as its patty. I feel like the cooks or whomever are just button mashing ingredients. Like, yeah, just throw that, grab that. This is, I'm in a kitchen right now, just scoop that in, there you go, that's a burger. It's all just for the Instagram pics and the viral sensation, right? You know, I'm not gonna lie. If that donut burger was still around, I would tear into it. I would feel so ashamed and embarrassed of myself and disgusted with myself afterwards. In fact, I could probably make something like this. I have a Dunkin' Donuts not far from me, and I have a Burger King. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. Why did I even say that? Cheeseburger spring rolls, though. Ooh, those are good. So getting back to Baxter, he decided to go to multiple restaurants in one day because he only had one day off from work. So he's like, I got to just get it all done. So he went to, I think, 3 of the parks, a couple of the hotels, and Disney Springs. I don't know how many burgers he ate, but I want to say it was close to 7 in one day. I don't know if he ate all of the burger at each location or just took a bite and threw it away. That's just horrible food waste to begin with. Also, that's an insane amount of money. Disney World food is not cheap. It's like $16 for a very average burger and fries there. So, my God. So like after dropping, I guess, $1,000 on these mukbang burgers, he called me. Well, he FaceTimed me, which was an experience. He had his phone, I guess, like resting on his stomach. And he was like sitting in his car and he was like sweating profusely and breathing really heavily. And I was like, before he even told me what he did, I was like, are you okay? Do you need to go to the emergency room? It looks like you are about to, I don't know, pass out. Like, what in the world is happening? But yeah, so he FaceTimed me because he had a question about like video editing or something. He always calls me for these questions and I'm like, you can just Google. But you know, I guess I'm just like a live butler, Google search engine for him. You know, I only have myself to blame in the situation. You know, I help him out. I feed into the ego. It's my fault. It's my fault. I do this to myself. Anyway, he's breathing heavy. He looks like he's aged like 10 years. He's sweating. He begins to explain to me what he just did. And I almost threw up in my mouth. I was like, come again? How many burgers? And I asked, why? Why do this? Why are you doing this to yourself? This doesn't need to be done. And he said, oh, on the contrary, it needs to be done. I need to help people. That's how he kind of put it. But then he actually really said, well, I really want to get the views because people love food. They love Walt Disney World. They love ranking things. So he put them all together. He cracked the system. He's like, that's the video I'm going to make. But at what cost? At what cost? No human should have to endure this type of food torture. Nobody should consume this food, just period. A lot of these burgers spit in the face of God. They are abominations.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. If that donut burger was still around, I would tear into it.
And he said all he's got to do is wait until one of these burgers goes viral. Just like the McDonald's Big Arch thing with the CEO, he tried to take a bite of it and he was like, whoa, I can't do it. Oh, I love this product.
I love this product.
I almost swallowed some of the juice.
And he's like, hey, just look at all the videos out there that got tons of views because of that stupid burger. I'm just gonna wait until one of the burgers that I reviewed today goes viral and boom, then I'm done. I got it, I figured it out. And so his idea is, right, he's got a video with like, I think it was like 7 burgers. If a new one comes along, he'll go film, eat that burger, edit it together, and then put it into the current 7 hamburger video, you know, then make it 8 burgers. So he'll just re-upload it. And he'll just keep doing that. Every new burger, I'll slap it on that video I already have and just keep re-uploading it. He won't take down the old versions. He'll just keep re-uploading the same ones over and over again, just adding a new burger on to the very end of it. I mean, that is just the griftiest grifter thing that I have ever heard. And oh man, the actual video itself, because he showed it to me. He said, hey, what do you think about this? And I was like, oh my God. It is every bad cliche that you see in theme park content. He of course shoots with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. He's broken 2 so far. They're not, you know, very robust pieces of equipment. He shoots like several minutes of just B-roll of the burger. He's like, oh, look at that. Doesn't read the menu, doesn't know what's on the burger. So I'm like, do you not know what you're eating? He just kind of like picks through the burger with his dirty hands, like, oh, there's a tomato, there's an onion, look at that. Oh. He's like getting all in it. The camera can barely focus on the frickin' burger. And then he places the camera down, low angle, like looking up at him. He's like, all right, I'm gonna eat this now. And then it's several minutes of him just taking a bite and being like, yeah. Oh, wow. Not saying anything, not doing anything, just being, just eating the burger. And then he goes on to the next place, and then he doesn't even show where he's at in the next place. He's like, oh, here's the next burger I'm gonna get. He's randomly in a new restaurant, orders the burger, does the same thing, eats it. It's like 45 minutes long. His whole goal is, he's like, I just wanna make it as long as possible, because the longer it is, the more ads I can put on it and the more money I can make from it. I'm like, oh my God. He's just following the trend. It's like, well, everybody's making longer videos on YouTube. I might as well just make a really long video because that's what everybody else is doing. I'm like, do you not have a single original idea? I'm working myself into a shoot here. I just don't want to watch several minutes of somebody chomping down on a burger. It's disgusting. Like ASMR, burger chomping stuff. Just put the camera a little bit further back. I don't need to see that. This is too graphic. So the next day, before his full-time job, he decides to go to the Contemporary Resort, to Steakhouse 71 to get this breakfast burger. I guess he didn't have enough time the day before to check that out. Now, all the other burgers were pretty foul and disgusting. This breakfast burger, whoever invented it, okay, I don't want to like sound overly dramatic, but they should be tried for crimes against humanity. This is not a burger. This is essentially breakfast jammed onto a burger. Those aren't toppings. That's like a meal in a meal. Here's what's on this burger. 2 pressed patties, pork belly, avocado, egg, and hash brown patty, served with fresh fruit, thankfully. One thing I found a little bit odd about the Disney menu online is it doesn't have any of the calories on there. So I'm like, how bad is this thing for you? I couldn't really find actual calorie count for a lot of meals in the Disney World now. I don't know if it's a common thing. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe they kind of like hide it because they're like, oh, you're on vacation, don't worry about calories. But that thing should be illegal. You know, when you put a hash brown on a burger, I feel like we've lost the plot. And those aren't even really good hash browns. They're just those frozen hash browns that you find at any breakfast buffet. Again, it's just button mashing ingredients. What are we doing? But my lesson here today is don't do what Baxter does. If you're gonna make stuff, if you're gonna make content, at least enjoy what you're making a little bit. Don't focus primarily on the views first. Just make good content, good creative content that makes you happy, and hope that other people enjoy as well. Pretty simple message. Whatever you do, don't just do food reviews. Unless you're like a cook and you're like really like, oh, I really want to study ingredients and be like, oh, that's really cool. Is Disney World the best place to find food like this? No, okay? I'm gonna pop off right now, okay? I really think that a lot of the Disney World food is just glorified fast food. There's a couple places that are really nice, but they're very, very, very expensive, and the food is just not worth the price. It's food that you eat and that you know you're gonna spend the day like walking 13 miles and hopefully, you know, you burn off some of the calories consumed. But for the love of God, do not eat the breakfast burger. I don't know how Baxter functioned throughout the rest of the day after he ate that. Like, I mean, his job isn't that, I don't want to dox what job it is, but it's not a highly skilled job. That sounded kind of mean. Yeah, I don't really know how to end this. Maybe just eat salads.
Have the numbers?
Hold on one second. Hold on. Yeah, it's ST63.
Oh, for tennis? Okay, you can pull around, please.
Thank you. $12.69. Good God, in this economy? Hey, everybody. I decided, you know what would be great? A nice little bout of post-food depression, as well as possible diarrhea. So I went to the best place for that, and that's called McDonald's. So I don't know if this is true or not, but I think McDonald's makes their own Coke. They have their own special like recipe, that and Sprite apparently, and I think the recipe is just more sugar. They just do an unhealthy amount of sugar, but my God, it's so good. Thanks, have a go. We got the bag. We're back in the house. We have acquired the Big Arch. I'm not going to call it a product, okay? Because that's a dead meme. It's already been done to death. We don't do that here. We're classy. We're classy here. Look at that. I'm already filled with a lot of regrets right now. I haven't even taken one bite yet. It's driving me crazy. Oh. I'm gonna obliterate these napkins. What's going on here with the shirt? Oh. Oh. It's not half bad. It's a mean old messy girl, that's for sure. Look at this. More napkins. I didn't really eat that much today, so. What? What you doing? You have one French fry. Almost done. You don't need anything else. Some burger. Oh, where'd it go? Wow. Last bite. I would apologize, but you know, this is what everybody made me do. Look at the amount of napkins that I just used here. I gotta wipe this table off. This is disgusting. This is a low point for this channel.